Welcome to our executive interview series at the Elastic Public Sector Summit produced by FedScoop. I'm Wyatt Cash, and we're here with Manny Medrano, Director, Cyber Monitoring and Operations for the Bureau of Diplomatic Security at the Department of State. Manny, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
First question I'd like to ask you is, what are some of the key challenges that organizations and government generally or the State Department specifically are really facing now in transforming large data sets into actionable insights?
No, that's a good question. And one of the things that we're working on right now, right, and we started this journey actually about more than a year ago already. And right now, right, there's a push for us to find efficiencies as well, right? And what we're driving to is for data-driven decisions. I know it's a buzzword that everybody, or buzzwords, right, that everybody loves, right? But what we're really doing is we're looking at more than just the technology. We're stepping back a little bit, right, to figure out, okay, what data sets do we need, which is not the sexiest things for technologies to do. And then what does the business operations strategic outcomes look like that enable our operations? And even though we're not a for-profit, we're a right organization, but then we're looking very hard at looking at what is the outcome that enables the mission of the Department of State, that based on the work that we do for securing our data right at the State Department and making sure that we are not compromised, that enables, for example, I say all the time, that U.S. citizen abroad who has to call the U.S. consulate for assistance, right, because he or she may be in trouble. And then what we're working on is building data governance, a data dictionary, so that we can know what do we need and then how do we take action on that. And then from there, we have to train our staff, and then you bring the technology layer to enhance all of those business operations.
Makes a lot of sense. And then talk to me a little about how important cross-agency and public-private collaboration are in advancing data analytics and also AI capabilities within the public sector.
I think it's simple, and I've been saying this for a while, right? Especially from the cyber defense, which is what I do with diplomatic security, right? We can no longer do this alone, right? It requires partnerships with the private sector, with other interagencies, and also we also have partnerships with some of our Five Eye partners as well, right? Because we have to work together, and then from there, right, is then okay. So once we work together, then figure out okay, what's working best for this agency, for that other agency, and on the private sector, what is commercial doing, right? For example, the banking system, right? Or even the medical field, right? They're doing some cutting edge technology capabilities that we also need to look into, right? So that way we're ahead of the curve, because the cyber threats actors, they're not gonna wait, all right? They're moving fast. And then the other part is, okay, then AI it's a buzzword, just like zero trust, right? So with AI, right, it's like, okay, how do then we bring in AI algorithms, right, to help the day-to-day processes for our analysts, right, so that we can be able to detect, respond, and then mitigate the cyber risk faster.
Well, Manny Medrano, thank you so much for sharing some of your perspectives from the State Department's point of view on how we can use data more effectively, and for joining us here at the Elastic Public.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.